It's an incredibly touching story, and it's that horrific element of a parent and having no closure on losing a child.
The issue of loss, really, is what drives this. I've always wanted to write a story about people who go missing, and it also echoes with some of the journeys that our regular characters are on. With Jack, the sense of his missing brother. With Gwen, the sense of where she is in her life now.
Nikki wants to find her son, but actually, by the end of the episode, she kind of wishes that she hadn't found him.
People do go missing all the time. I mean, sometimes it's children, but it's not always children. It's people of all ages. And I think to sort of tackle that in an episode like this was quite a sort of brave thing to do. It's something to get very emotionally involved with. It's an interesting thing to juggle when you're making something like this.
You don't have to be this hard. It's not a badge of honour.
Close this down.
Jack! Jack!
I think Gwen's become stronger since she joined Torchwood. I think she has hardened because of what she's seen. She has become more used to dealing with shocking occurrences.
A lot of the whole series of 2 series of Torchwood have been the evolution of Gwen Cooper, starting out as wide-eyed, innocent, happy with boyfriend, normal life, then thrown in at the deep end, out of her depth.
Seriously, practically. Tell me what we should do.
She's seen the horrificness of what's happened to a human being, to a person, to somebody like you and I. We help those left behind. Why not?
It's nothing to do with us. Move on.
She's not dealing with this. She's not dealing with alien artifacts or things that go into, you know, a puff of smoke or disappear.
Oh, so what? That's it, because then we just sweep it under the carpet.
She doesn't know everything that Torchwood does. She doesn't know everything that Jack does. It's been there for a long time. Jack is operating on many levels at once, and suddenly to have that paranoia and mistrust and fear of the people you work with and trust is always a good story.
45 minutes later. What's your mate Mulder doing there?
Jack?
PC Andy was friends with Gwen before she joined Torchwood. I say friends, actually colleagues. They used to work together in the police station.
You're not well. Come with me, I'll take you home.
They were here.
Come on.
There was a risk, I think, at the end of Series 1 that we were thinking of killing him off. And thank goodness we didn't. We saved him because we just thought he's great comic value. And so we always wanted to play more of his character with somebody in Series 2.
CSI Cardiff, I'd like to see that. We'd be measuring the velocity of a kebab.
PC Andy, from the first series, from episode 1, we need PC Andy back.
Eve sort of told me it'd become a personal mission of hers to get PC Andy back. I couldn't work out whether she was being nice, but then sure enough, I suddenly got the call.
What does PC Andy do? He pops up every now and again and complains about Torchwood. This all-night cafe, it's where Andy goes, it's where he knocks off to after a busy day policing.
Have a look. Oh, you know. Someone's 29, take one. Action.
Couldn't get us a refill, could you?
What, will you bask in my technical brilliance?
PC Andy's world is not necessarily that glamorous, and I think that he is jealous that Gwen has gone off to a brave new world that he doesn't really understand but thinks is a lot better.
Listen, I was going to ask, and promise me you'll laugh. Have you got any vacancies coming up? You know, with Torchwood. Because I was thinking, I'm great to work with. You could tip him the wink.
I think Andy's got a lot of skills that could be used in Torchwood. You know, he's very good at
at dealing with paperwork, which someone's got to do. Andy could do that. He's very dry as well, you know. He wouldn't be impressed by aliens, would he? You imagine Andy dealing with aliens, he'd be like, oh, whatever, you know. I think he's got some skills that Torchwood need. And you think this is going to help us with the Jonah Bevan case?
Andy, just leave it, will you? This is high-tech stuff.
Sorry? No, it's GPS.
What?
Yeah, global positioning tracker. About as high-tech as, I don't know, my mobile phone.
That's one of the things you find out about this episode, is Andy's not actually that dumb. And that's a great moment when when he just explains it's standard GPS. You know, there's no aliens involved in that.
Right, so, first thing in the morning, we hire a boat. Now, I know a couple of boat skippers who owe me a favour. We'll head out to Flatholme, poke around, see if we can't sort this out.
Or even better, you get me a boat and I tell you what I find.
I feel for Andy. I think Andy's one of those guys that you kind of watch and he's funny, he's an absolute heart of gold, but can be suckered left, right and centre. I think Gwen plays that every time. You know, leave him on the jetty with his coffees.
Then, open waves, here we come.
Get us a couple of teas before we go.
You're kidding. You're not kidding.
How you doing?
Do this for me and I'll give you 100 quid.
It was sad. It was quite disappointing for him. And I think Gwen felt really bad about it, because she's a nice person, but it's one of the things, I guess, of joining Torchwood, that she can't tell, you know, the real world about what's going on. And Andy stands for the real world, I suppose, in that sense.
She's working for Torchwood and she doesn't want to involve him in something that could kill him.
I'm sorry, Andy!
Yeah, right!
I'm sorry!
Yes. I'm Jonah.
Bob Pugh just gave the most extraordinary performance. He was in makeup at something like 5:30, 5:45 in the morning. He then did a 12-hour day and then had to get taken out of makeup. So he was probably working on set about 14 and a half hours that day.
It was incredible seeing Bob's makeup. It was absolutely fantastic, but very, very gruesome. And I'm incredibly squeamish. The actual makeup itself was quite soft to the touch, because I sort of reached out and touched his face at one point. It was quite squidgy.
You have to leave Jonah now.
For the screen, we discussed on the set, you know, whether he should just mime it, just open his mouth but not say anything, and we'd put a completely alien effect over it, but certainly something that was put on in post-production. But he was very keen to give it a try. The basis of that scream is definitely Bob Pugh's. Of course, it's been tweaked with, and layers have been added to sort of give it an edge, a slightly kind of alien edge, if you like. But it is Bob. Fundamentally, it's Bob screaming his lungs out.
Catch the next episode of Torchwood on BBC Three tonight at 10:30. Coming up, Joe Brand, Fred Macaulay and Rich Hall bend their wits in banter with QI next, here on BBC Two, and comedy legends trapped together on screen and off. The Curse of Steptoe on BBC Four.